Let's explore Japan's latest updates to help you better prepare before your Japan trip, because there's always crucial information, new attractions and things are always changing. So what's new for tourists? Climbing Mount Fuji is changing. The official climbing season that runs from early July to early September will see a new set of climbing rules and a new online booking system in place. Starting May the 20th, climbers can reserve their spot via a new online booking system for the Yoshida Trail, the most popular climbing route. The new online system allows climbers to book up to a day in advance with a mandatory 2,000 yen climbing fee. Climbers will receive a QR code to scan at the trail entrance. Although online reservations aren't needed, and climbers without a reservation can still enter the trail if there are available slots upon entry, there is a new limit of 4,000 daily climbers, so having a booking will guarantee entry on your selected day. There is also a new change to climbing hours, which will see the Yoshida Trail close every day from 4 PM to 3 AM for those without overnight cabin reservations. So if you're planning on climbing Mount Fuji, I suggest you plan your climb early, and I highly recommend joining a group tour that will organize everything from transportation from Tokyo to mountain hut reservations and even rental climbing gear for you. Japan's new banknote fraud alert. Japan will introduce its new 1,000, 5,000 and 10,000 yen banknotes on the 3rd of July 2024, the first update in 2 decades. It's important to note that the currently circulating notes will remain valid, so tourists don't need to worry about using older currency notes. However, you should be cautious of fraudulent activities claiming that the current notes will be invalid. If traveling more remotely, it's important to be aware that vending machines across the country will need updates to accept them, which could pose challenges, especially in more remote areas where the new notes might not work initially. In response, many shop owners are opting for cashless payment solutions such as IC cards and bank cards instead of updating the payment machine to accept the new notes. The good news is that updated machines will mean a more cashless and more convenient and modern Japan, making it easier for tourists to travel and make purchases effortlessly in the future. Could summers in Japan become unpredictable for tourists planning a visit? Japan is bracing for another scorching summer, and officials are urging everyone to take heat stroke precautions. And a new special heat stroke alert system is now in place and will activate when the heat index hits 35 or higher, mandating the opening of cooling shelters. It's important to note that this could have an impact on those planning to travel in and around Japan during the summer, as festivals and events might need to adjust their schedules to avoid peak heat times or cancel them altogether if the new special heat stroke alert system is in force, which is why I continue to recommend traveling up north to a slightly cooler Japan with plenty to see and do and less crowds too. Tokyo has been ranked the 4th most affordable holiday destination globally for 2024 according to the Post Office's Holiday Money Report. As a result of the yen's value declining, visitors can enjoy favorable exchange rates, whether you're after cheap eats, cheaper train tickets or free museum visits. Tokyo offers incredible value for your next trip, and traveling away from the cities will help not only keep costs down, but also let you beat the tourist crowds too. Vegetarian and Muslim tourists, things will hopefully be easier in Japan's future. Japan is launching a model project to attract more foreign visitors with diverse dietary and cultural habits, including vegetarians and Muslims. The Japan Tourism Agency will offer subsidies to promote infographics for food ingredients, develop suitable menus, and establish prayer spaces for Muslims. There's currently a debate around a 2-tier pricing system, which would mean tourists pay more than Japanese locals. With the surge of tourism fueled by a weak yen, Japan is seeing more visitors than ever, and this influx has sparked a debate. Should Japan implement a 2-tier pricing system for tourists? As it stands, some businesses are already hiking prices for tourists, but this impacts locals as well. Many Japanese citizens are feeling the pinch of rising costs, particularly in popular tourist spots. For example, in Toyosu Market, a bowl of seafood ramen can cost over 5,000 yen, far more than the typical 1,000 yen. And at some restaurants around popular tourist spots, you can be charged slightly higher prices if ordering from the English menu than from the Japanese one, but this is still rather rare. The idea of a two-tier pricing system is gaining some traction. A recent survey found that over 60% of respondents support different prices for tourists and locals. However, the business community remains divided, and many shopkeepers fear losing customers or feel it's unfair to charge different prices based on nationality. I personally don't see higher prices for tourists compared to locals having any effect on limiting tourist numbers, and I also question how this would be implemented and how the increased revenue would be used, other than a cash grab opportunity for some establishments. It's easy to forget that foreign tourists already pay taxes in Japan. When they dine out, shop or stay at hotels, they pay sales and consumption taxes, as well as accommodation and hot spring taxes where applicable. To say that foreign tourists don't support Japan's tax system is misleading in my opinion, but that's not to say that I disagree with helping pay for specific tourism infrastructure. Liking this content, then subscribing is the ultimate appreciation, and if you're planning for a Japan trip, then consider using my affiliate links to get your theme park tickets, book your trains, or even climb Mount Fuji hassle-free. I always recommend that you have an internet connection on the go to check train times, maps, and tourist information whilst you're exploring Japan. Using my Sakura mobile affiliate link will get you a product trusted by many in the Ninja Monkey community, and at the same time help the channel out. I'll receive a small commission at no additional cost to you, and you'll receive a great product. Anyway, back to the video. In a previous video, I deep dive into the view of Mount Fuji at the famous Lawson convenience store in Kawaguchiko, which has been making headlines as a result of plans to block the insta-famous view to help disperse tourists over safety concerns. But this has been delayed. Originally set to be up last week, the view won't be blocked until after the 20th of May due to problems getting materials delivered. So I guess you might still have time to grab those photos, but I just recommend you go to the many other locations available with less crowds instead. Looking a little further into the future, JR Tokai will introduce luxury private rooms in the Tokaido Shinkansen bullet train for executive passengers in 2026. These rooms will offer more luxury than the first-class green car, include reclining seats, exclusive Wi-Fi, and customizable lighting and air conditioning. Designed for executive and privacy-seeking travelers, 2 rooms will initially be available on the N700S series trains, and pricing and services will be announced at a later date. Okay, new and up-and-coming attractions or delays that might affect your trip. Tokyo Disney Sea's new Fantasy Springs area is generating tremendous excitement, and from early previews looks absolutely amazing. And I've already got my tickets and hope to get a time slot to the new area this summer. Set to open on June the 6th, 2024, you'll need a Disney Sea ticket and will also need to purchase a timed entry slot once in the park via the app. So with anticipation running so high, it's advised to book tickets for Disney Sea early and arrive at the park extra early to secure your time slot. Just in case you missed it, the Snoopy Museum reopened in Tokyo after a major renovation with new exhibits, interactive experiences, and expanded galleries, including a giant Snoopy. Nintendo has announced the opening of its official museum in Uji City, Kyoto. Aiming to open fall 2024, originally meant to open in March, the Nintendo Museum will feature interactive exhibits and historical artifacts showcasing the company's evolution from playing cards to video games. Not much is known at these early stages of the announcement, but stay tuned for more updates as the opening date approaches. The opening of Donkey Kong area at Universal Studios Japan has been delayed from its original planned date in spring 2024 to late 2024. This new section, known as Donkey Kong Country, is part of the Super Nintendo World expansion and will feature a minecart roller coaster inspired by the game, along with themed merchandise, food, and interactive elements using power-up bands. Fans traveling later this year can look forward to exploring this immersive new attraction, but if you had added this to your itinerary before then, as I had, then be prepared and don't be disappointed. Subscribe and become part of a friendly growing community, and check out my second channel, The Happy Gaijin, for vlog style videos and live streams whilst I'm traveling Japan. Thanks for watching. Till next time, stay positive and be a happy Gaijin. Safe travels. Planning a trip to Japan? Well, YouTube thinks that you'll like this video here, so check it out. It's probably gonna be useful, and if not, then go into my backlog of videos. You never know what you'll find. You might be inspired to explore somewhere different.